Hello, this is the SIG Network meeting for March 27th, 2025. This meeting is covered by the CNCF Code of Conduct, so everyone be nice to one another. We have a short agenda, so probably won't be a very long meeting. And I have triage queued up. Oops. I can find the share button, share screen. Find the window that I want to share. Yes. Okay. People can see the reserved bandwidth for control plane networks such as etcd communication.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a feature / support request. Needs somebody to figure out what they're asking and direct them to the right documentation or whatever else. Anyone? Just ignore
I think that I commented there, but
No, looks like Ben and Tim Bannister. We can leave it.
I didn't comment.
Oh, did you like
Oh,
comment in the last few minutes, maybe?
No. And then it's this kind of things that you write and you never push. Okay.
Well, there were other people talking or replying, so we'll see what it looks like next week or next 2 weeks. Okay, explore user network namespace for rootless network testing. Antonio filed this. There's a great description of what he's talking about, that some other user, this guy Rata Rodrigo Campos, had suggested on Slack or somewhere else, and Antonio sort of ran with it. So I mean, this is already pretty much triage accepted. I just wanted to keep it here, just to point it out to people because there's possibly cool stuff that people might be interested in looking at or helping with. So
I want your opinion then, because you have the NFT tables tracer, and with this we will be able to have the real NFT to do the thing. So, what is your opinion? It's complementary, not replacement.
I mean, if it works well and it works everywhere, then great. I'm just worried that it's not going to work everywhere.
Okay. But that's for the support thing that you were mentioning about the CVs and people disable and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's not the other technical. Okay, cool.
All right. Introduce topology.kubernetes.io/rack label. There's been some discussion here. The proposal is to add a new topology label to go with zone and region. There's some discussion. Antonio pointed out here that this sounds a lot like this KEP that had been proposed that we weren't super excited about, although there are some differences from that KEP as well. I just commented on it right before the meeting. I don't know, what do you think, Antonio? Should we?
This was discussed in architecture and in the CAPE. So those are the forums we have for this kind of thing, right? If people don't like it, the answer we may try to revamp the discussion, but I think that in architecture was a lot of people against the idea of standardizing this because they didn't feel that was this strong.
So and I commented like the other KEP was much more opinionated about what they wanted the topology to be and how they wanted the topology to be used, Whereas this is, it seems people have racks. We know that people have talked about having, prefer same rack even. So it's not crazy to have this. Maybe I should
Yeah,
leave
but
this. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I interrupted you. The question that I have is, rack is something specific, right? And rack you cannot apply everywhere. So in cloud provider, you don't have rack. I think that you freeze. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, or
No, now we are hearing it.
oops. I'm going to make you a co-host. Sorry, I just moved recently, and my new place, I'm still trying to get the Wi-Fi working well. So, did any of my comments come through? I was saying that maybe we should just leave this as needs triage.
Yeah, I think that's and Sapa made a good comment. The problem is, well, if we are rack, what about raw? And how do you generalize that, right? I don't feel that after the CAP and architecture discussions. The other argument was that, oh, some cloud providers are doing this, and look, is some cloud providers are doing this in a specific type of VMs. I don't know. It's complicated. I
All
don't
right.
see the
Well,
standardization.
we don't have consensus here, so I'm not going to call it triage accepted or rejected. But if people want to get into the conversation, go comment on the issue. All right. 130792 service cider, how to control allocation. Antonio, I think, yeah, you were already commenting on this one. Want me to just assign this to you?
Yes. This is a feature request that I got from different people that say, oh, now I have service siders. I want to compartmentalize service sider A for this thing, service sider B for this other thing. Typically, this also mentioned the multi-tenant. And so I think that this sooner or later we are going to tie this with the multi-network effort. So I think that QCOM is going to be a good place to talk about a more holistic view of all these components and how to multiplex them.
Yep. Okay. Allow disabling health check node port. So this is sort of a feature request saying, hey, we can turn off the load balancer node ports. Can we turn off health check node ports as well? And I skimmed through it before, but I'm a little dubious. He's saying that oh, we don't need that. But if the service is external traffic policy local, I'm not sure how it would work without having the health check node ports. So it's possible that this guy is just confused. Possible that he has a valid feature request. Anybody want to read through it and help decide?
Last time that we do something about disabling one of these things, it was a cap. So
Yeah.
if they need to do something like this, they need to go through the feature gates and all the.
So
I can take this up. I can do some initial tries. This is Gaurav.
Okay.
I will also check the previous cap, Gara, because
All right.
that explains. I don't think that's a super change, but it's all these complexities. So the old client with the new client, and if it's an update or it is all this kind of thing.
Sure, I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. This is another one that there's been a ton of discussion on. NRI at a cluster-wide registration mechanism seems to be mostly about being able to use NRI for secondary interfaces, DRA stuff. I guess Tim already self-assigned this, it looks like. So maybe I should just call
This
that
is
triage accepted.
the angle where John is coming is from the service mesh team, that they don't want to add additional interfaces, but they want to participate. So the CNI add the IPs, and then they want to participate in that creation, but they want the cluster to wait until they are installed. And that's something that I remember when we worked in Red Hat together, that you have, I think that you mentioned that in one of the comments, you have all these registration thingy that about something that you do, some mechanism for registering network or something.
Yeah. So they were talking primarily about the secondary network case, but this whole problem exists for the primary network as well. Gets into all
Yes.
the KNI, CNI 2.0 sort of stuff. So it's an interesting issue to read through, get some idea of what people are thinking about. And yeah, this is also something that maybe people will be talking about at KubeCon. Okay, Kubernetes unable to handle pod network failures. Yeah, this I was commenting on. Something weird is going on where the health probes are succeeding, but traffic doesn't work, and they were asking for a feature to be added to help them deal with that. And I argued that that is exactly the feature that probes are supposed to be solving, and so he needs to figure out what's wrong with this cluster that it's not working. I think I'll wait another week to see if they respond, and if not, we'll probably get closed. Then we got 2 flaky tests. I don't know, Antonio, I think you're sort of paying attention to both of these.
Oh, one is the one that submit the PR. So it seems that in this test for node ports, one of the tests asserts on the source IP when it's external traffic policy lock. And the test was assuming that the source IP of the host network pod was going to be the node IP. In Sirium, it seems there is an interface in the pod network that represents Sirium's host. And you commented that that is not going to solve. Oh, that's a different one. The load
Yeah,
balance.
so I think I know the PR that you're talking about, but I don't think either of these are that one.
Yes, the whole check. The whole health check node port is not the same one.
No, this is the one that we had the problem with adding the reserved node port rate for.
Well, we didn't solve that.
Well, I think we'll wait to close for confirmation. Maybe I should just ping him. What is that? ST McGinnis.
There is one about load balancer and scalability that I'm talking now with the people that internally is managing this load balancer to take a look, because since an infra problem. But the other, I thought that was the one that on the node 4.
Yeah, and that one they were saying, oh, maybe we'll wait to see if the flakes have stopped. So I pinged them there. And then what do you want to do with this one?
That's for these two persons to check.
Okay, so should I triage accept or anything?
I think if it's not accept, it should be. I think that.
And then this is an ancient bug that got reopened by the bot, asking for basically, service still only lets you do the very simple label selector, and this was requesting to add the more complicated one. And there was discussion years and years ago. I think the answer here is that we close this and say we're not going to add this to service. But if there are other service-like things that people build out of Gateway, they should be thinking about this. Does that sound right to people? Did I follow up the network again?
No, you're good.
Okay.
No.
Okay, what is the problem that what is the potential solution that they're describing?
So service selector, you can see here, it's just a, label name,
Yeah.
label name, and you can't do the things like match expressions like you can do with label selectors in other places. And so they were wanting, basically service is so old that it predates us doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, that ship has sailed and we will never fix it. And
Gateway API does seem like the right place to consider this.
yeah. Maybe I'll leave it open and we can talk about it in 2 weeks when Tim is back. Yeah, I guess I will do that. And that is triage. Oops. Zoom window. Nope. Oh, right. There we go. So the only other thing we had on the agenda was the SIG Network dinner at KubeCon. Antonio, I added that, but if you want to talk about it since it's really your thing.
Oh, it was, we talked the other day. We sometimes ago, at least when I started, we used to meet in SIG Network for having lunch, and recently we start to have lunch with the SIG meet and greet. But I enjoyed more before because it was more close, so only for the network people, and it was more personal. So that's why I sent this proposal to, instead of having, in addition to having the lunch, to go out for dinner and have some beers and enjoy the time there. We have the spreadsheet. I think that right now we have 20 people, and and I close on Thursday to avoid, so people can close their agendas. And now we need a place to go, and then we'll figure out the time. But well, if we are in the venue, we can always, I don't know, look for a place to go out together or go to some hotel or whatever. But now we need a place to go for dinner. So just add the places in the spreadsheet, and we'll vote there, and we'll figure out.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything else to talk about? All right, then I will see a lot of you next week at KubeCon.
So the other question is, who is going on Monday for the maintainer summit? Because now there is no contributor summit, it's maintainer summit.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, then I will join you on Monday too. Cool.
All right.
Bye.
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 Best of luck with the KubeCon talks. Bye.
You're not okay.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
Sorry. It was
Yeah,
okay.
next time.
Next time.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you.